Hello, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the past perfect. It's a very easy topic. Are you ready? Let's go.
Past Perfect Tenses by Jennifer Alberto. When to use? We use the past perfect tenses to describe an action that was complete before another action or time in the past. Show the order of events in the past. The past perfect tenses have two functions. Example: before another action. My sister had cooked before I got home. My mom had traveled before I found out. Order of events. By the time I arrived, dinner had already been served at the table. Or, by the time I got home, my mom had already traveled. How to use positive structure. All subjects take the past participle form of the verb. The structure is subject pronoun plus auxiliary have in past participle is had plus past participle verb. Example: I had finished my presentation before I went out with my sister. How to use negative structure. All subjects take the past participle form of the verb. The structure is subject pronoun plus the auxiliary have in past participle had, not, or hadn't, plus past participle verbs. Example: he hadn't done his homework before he went to the movie. How to use question structure. All subjects take the past participle form of the verb. The structure is attention. In the English language, the verbs are divided in two groups. The first is regular verbs. Regular verbs form their past participle forms by adding d, ed, or ied to the base form. The second group is irregular verbs. Irregular verbs do not follow a consistent pattern for their past participle form. Each irregular verb has a unique past participle form. If you need the list of these verbs, I already left you in the description of previous video. Can you watch the list? Time expression. We usually use the following time expression: before, after, by the time, already, just. For example, my sister had cleaned the house before the guests arrived for my mom's birthday. The second example is by the time I arrived, the party had already started. The other examples is 11 examples. First, I had eating breakfast before I went to the school. She had finished her homework before dinner. They had left when we arrived. We had lived in Paris for 5 years before moving to London. He had never seen the ocean before last summer, or she had already left when I called her. The example 7 is by the time he arrived, the movie had already started. 8. I have never traveled abroad before last year. The other example, they had finished the project before the deadline. The 10 example, we had visited that museum before it closed. The final example is she had already left when I called her. Thank you guys for listening and for watching the video.